Welcome back, everybody, to the Me and Jesse podcast. My name is Mark Pavlich, and away in the Grove, the big sexy. We both had horrible football weekends. The one and only Jesse Martineau.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening. Yeah, I mean, football was a good day, though. I'll say this.
Please.
That's how many points were scored in the Vegas Detroit game. Vegas, who was it? Minnesota. Vikings,
same thing.
Raiders.
Same thing.
This many.
Same thing.
This many points.
It was 0-0 going into the fourth quarter.
I know. Three.
Yeah.
What happened?
You have a rookie coach. You have a rookie quarterback. Unfortunately, I feel horrible for the rookie quarterback, and I feel horrible for the rookie coach because they look like rookies now. And you cannot do that in the NFL, as you know. Rookie quarterback, rookie coach, you're going to have a problem.
Yeah.
So now you have a problem, and I'm pretty much done with football for the year. I don't even want to. I personally don't want to talk about it. If you want to talk about football, I will sit on the sideline and listen. But I don't. It's so bad. It's just so bad.
Yeah, that wasn't good. That wasn't good at all. When I was watching the scores, it's like zeros. I'm like, what the heck? Is something wrong? Is the score not being updated properly?
Yeah, like you thought there was something wrong with the TV.
It was real. Yeah, I thought there was something wrong with the feed. And then
I'd have my 90-year-old father calling me every 5 minutes laughing.
Yeah, well, he should be because it was hilarious.
He was laughing. Yeah, he was laughing. He's like, it's like, Mark, is there something wrong with your television at home? Like, there's something wrong with mine because it says 0-0. And I'm like, okay, Dad, 90 years old. This guy's still cracking off on me.
Well, hey, yeah, I know. Well, the Seahawks didn't do bad. I mean, actually, they were in it for a long time, and
they were in it for a while.
And then the Niners are the Niners, and the Niners are there for a reason. The Niners, man, they're my dark horse, man. I think they're going.
Wouldn't hurt my feelings if Eric Harris won a Super Bowl.
No, let's talk about Patrick Mahomes and how much of a baby he is.
What a pussy, eh?
He is
such a pussy. He's such an idiot. Like, I've never liked Mahomes for the purpose of, I remember one time when the Raiders did beat them in Vegas, and he didn't do the handshake.
Yeah.
Because he was a baby and he just stormed off.
Let me remind you.
And then yesterday he did something. He didn't do that, but he was doing kind of the way he was doing it.
He chirped the refs the whole time.
Yeah, but he's chirping right to the handshake with the guy. And he's like, it's like, dude, that's not when you do it. Like, haven't you learned your lesson yet? Like, you're a Super Bowl champ twice. Like, act like it.
Let me remind you of this. Let me remind you of this, everybody. Did you remember the Super Bowl last year? In one of the last plays Philly had, they called that bullshit penalty.
Did they ever?
And the Chiefs won. How quickly the tables have turned when it doesn't go little Patty Mahomes' way.
I'm glad you brought that up today because no one else has brought that up in the media. And I thought all these smart people that ESPN and, Barstool and all these other people, you think, oh, they would have, said something about that. They did not. You had to wait to the Me and Jesse podcast for Jesse Martineau to bring it up and say, hey, do you remember last year's Super Bowl? And unfortunately, last year's Super Bowl too, you're looking at Philly this year, which everybody thought they'd be repeating. They got trampled by the Cowboys yesterday. And I'm telling you right now, the Cowboys look
2 weeks in a row,
real.
Man. 2 weeks in a row, the Eagles have been trampled. Niners trampled them last week.
The Cowboys look for real, though. They do.
Yeah,
they
unfortunately.
It is what it is, though. Hey, listen, you know what's great about our podcast now? I'm not a fantasy football guy, and I hate the Cowboys and I hate the Leafs, but you know what? Maybe I hated them so much that they're going to both do very well this year because it looks like the Cowboys are going to do good, and it looks like the Leafs should do okay. Oilers won 7 in a row now, so now Oilers are getting that momentum going again. And if they get momentum going, people watch out. Watch out.
Well, yeah, I think the Oilers playing how they've been playing, obviously, it's finally working. And again, like. The coaching.
What's to work, Jesse? What's to work? You got the 2 best players in the fucking NHL on your team, and why is everybody psychoanalyzing everything all the time and going, "Hey, they should go like this"?
Because they were horrible for the first.
Yes, but bro. The net's there. It's like it's been like that since the beginning of time in hockey.
There's a lot of things in between that.
Well, yeah. It's called great hockey players, and literally the great hockey players are people like. Connor McDavid and Draisaitl and all these guys that are playing. And the bottom line is, hey, listen, man, you just got to play the game and you got to believe in each other and watch what happens. 7 in a row. Boom. That's what happens. That's what happens.
I guess so. You
Yes.
don't think the coach had anything to do with that? New coach
I
coming in?
don't. I don't think he does. I do believe that coaches do get. They're a little bit of the motivators. They're the motivators of the team, and they motivate these young kids because they need to be motivated. But come on, man, they got the two best players in the NHL, undisputed.
Well, they should
Undisputed.
be doing well because of
I
that
agree.
reason.
I
The
agree.
first 20 games weren't good.
No, they were horrible. But we'll see what happens now. They're 7 in a row now, and I said they got to go 10 in a row. So if they go 10 in a row, they're back. I think they're ahead of Calgary now.
I have to check that, but yeah, they. I mean,
Yeah, you
obviously
can check.
rattling off seven
I think
games
they're either
in a row.
tied or
Definitely.
ahead. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it is obviously they're playing how people expected them to be playing now.
Exactly how they're supposed to be playing.
Yeah, the difference is that hey, we got yes, they are ahead of the Flames. They are
A game in hand, I think, too. Though I think
2 games in hand. Yeah, they're tied for points.
Yeah.
So again, they won 7 in a row. They've got the biggest streak in the NHL right now, and looks like everything's firing. Even put a dud in net the other day, and it didn't really matter. So, yeah, it's
he's an ex Red Wing too. That the goalie
Picard.
Yeah, ex Red Wing.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that says.
Me neither. I got no nothing with that. So. But I do like the Red Wings are trending the wrong way right now too. So it's like, for sports,
I mean, they lost 2 in a row, but the thing is with them still is that they started off really well, and they've got some.
Yeah, you could do cushion. You could do
that,
a
little bit of a cushion, but hey, the Eastern Conference is a lot better than the Western, and it shows in the standings. It shows in how they're doing right now. So. Yeah, I say the West, there's not really many choices. And that's why the Oilers could do something out there because there's really not as many things to go through anymore.
I totally agree.
But that being said, the Oilers find a way to lose.
Well, we'll see now. Listen. Hey, yeah, we'll see. Like I said, right now, good. Everything's good. I'm still traumatized from the 0-3 game yesterday, and I think if you lose a game 47-0, I'm okay with that. You lose a game 3-0, I'm not okay with that.
Why?
So
what's the difference?
The difference is like you couldn't score 3 points, you couldn't score 4 points, and literally you were in the red zone multiple times, and you couldn't transfer it over. You got people dropping the ball, like Hunter Renfrow,
which you usually are all about. He doesn't drop the ball, you say.
I say different today.
Yeah, because he drops the ball now.
Not happy. Not happy at all.
And you got Devontae Adams over there.
Yeah, he won't be there next year. He's gone.
Yeah, I don't think he can stay.
No, he cannot stay. And he cannot put up with that kind of insubordination, that lack of commitment. I've said it a million times on this podcast. I'm going to say it a million more. As long as that Davis owns the team, they're never going to go anywhere. He's an idiot. He is a moron. He has no business being in professional sports. Mark Davis does not deserve to own the Raiders, and someone else does. And when they do, you'll see the whole cultural shift. The whole cultural shift will happen. And that's what we've talked about on this podcast many times. That needs to happen with the Raiders. It's not going to happen when Mark Davis owns the team.
Well, I don't think it's going to happen for a while. There's something dramatically broken with that offense.
And you know what the worst part is? When you sit here and you wait for the NFL season like we do, it is so painful.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It is so painful to go through this year after year, but it is what it is. And the Olympics are coming up in the summer. Have that to look forward to.
Really?
In Paris. Come on.
I guess.
Yeah. Euro Cup's coming up.
Yeah, see, that's something to look forward to.
Yeah,
that'll get you there. But yeah, the NFL. I mean, how do you feel to be a Bengals fan though? I mean, they had a shot. This was the year that they were going to go much deeper, and now they're obviously losing your starting quarterback.
That hurts.
Really hurts.
That's when you double down in NFL football. You see that lots, right? It's like you double down so much on your quarterback, and if something happens to him, that's why you see the whole audience go and they all gasp because they know there goes your season out on the stretcher with him.
Yeah, you know what division really sucks is the NFC South. 6-7 is first place in that division. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, tied with the Falcons, tied with the Saints, and yeah.
You imagine that Derek Carr's still in the mix. That hack is still
playing,
in the mix.
Isn't he hurt? But yeah, it's. I know it's pathetic, but you look on the other side and you got some pretty dang good ones. The Ravens. Let's talk about the Ravens. Ravens are like quietly 10-3. Nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about how these guys have. They're with the Eagles and the Cowboys and the Niners. 4 teams at 10-3, and the Ravens are looking good.
Yes,
Ravens are firing. And
3 episodes ago, I said you'll see they'll just keep climbing, and they're climbing.
They're climbing. They won 3 in a row again.
Their quarterback is a baller. He's a baller. He knows how to ball. If you were playing a flag football game, if you were playing a game in the park, if you're playing NFL Thursday night football, Monday night football, Sunday, whatever it is, he's gonna ball. That's the guy.
And he's got a chip on his shoulder, I think.
Does he ever?
Because that team, I don't understand. Like, you don't give the guy respect by paying him, which you should. But now he does this. He's like, I'm getting paid. Get paid.
And you know what's funny? He might be available to other teams next year because they only signed him to this year, right? So he could sit back and go, wait a second here, man. Maybe I'm going to go somewhere else. He is the difference maker. He is the guy that makes a difference when he plays quarterback. He's like a Brady. Brady made a difference, but Brady could throw the ball from the pocket and make a difference. This guy can he's got the most yards rushing for any quarterback. Like, this is the guy. This is the guy that goes 1, 2, 2.3 and runs. Doesn't sit in the pocket like a moron and takes the sack. He's very hard to sack. He's always been hard to sack, and he'll run. He has that thing in his mind that goes, go. Like, because he knows that you have 2.45 seconds to throw the ball. This kid yesterday for the Raiders O'Connell showed that he's still a college mentality. He thinks he's got 4 or 5 seconds to throw the ball all the time, and he found out the hard way he does not.
Okay, let's talk about this. Let me ask you this question, Mark. What would you do with $700 million?
Be John Ram.
Okay. What about
600? Well, you got
I'm not
600 million there.
I'm talking about Shohei Ohtani.
Ohtani, yeah, but you know what's great? I love, because I'm not technically a Jays fan. I'm a Tigers fan.
Yeah,
hence the hat. I thought it was so funny how Toronto went bananas about Ohtani.
Yeah.
And I get it. I get the attraction to go to Toronto because to play with Bo Bichette, to play, there's just a lot of good players there, and I don't understand.
I don't think it was about that.
No, but $700 million to go to LA.
Yeah.
I
think the Jays
so.
were going to pay him $600 million.
Yeah, but you get.
I think it was about. I know.
So you get another $100 million.
Yeah, I think it was about the country, and he wanted to be, and his family to come to Canada, and so I do think that's why it was in the mix. But yeah, when they offer you $700 million with the Dodgers,
I don't know. I don't know if it was in the mix. I don't.
It was in the mix.
That's what their media says.
It was in the mix.
They've known the bullshit a lot.
Yeah. So I thought maybe there was leverage play too, but I think they were legitimately in the mix. It's just that Dodgers team, that lineup is insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you don't know, I mean, Ohtani is a once in a generation player. This guy could be the greatest player since Babe Ruth. Like, being a pitcher and a hitter, agree. He's a two-way all-round player.
I totally agree.
And he's going to the National League, which apparently is getting rid of the pitching batting, but in the meantime, he can hit, and it is mind-blowing. This guy is unreal. And so yeah, of course people are freaking out that he got this much money, but this is how this game is done.
Yeah,
Baseball's done this way.
Who cares? Yeah.
Hey, we'll be right back with our guest, Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor.
Get ready. It's time for the Me and Jesse podcast with Mark Pavlich and Jesse Martineau. Get ready. It's time.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Me and Jesse podcast. I am Mark Pavlich in the Grove, the big, sexy Jesse Martineau, and our special guest today, everybody, Anthony, Pretty Boy, Taylor, Misfit Boxing, light heavyweight champion.
There he is.
What's
Man,
up?
we're so excited to have you
Yes,
back.
sir.
Congratulations, first off, on the championship. And hey, we last time you were on the show, we were talking about this very thing, and it's happened, man. It's happened.
Yeah, I mean, so many things have happened since the last time we talked. I manifested a whole universe into existence, and I'm that main guy in the universe. But we ain't done yet. We just hitting the tip of the iceberg. There's so many big super fights we got. We got Roy Jones Jr., we got Floyd Mayweather, we got potential KSI. We got so much stuff coming up. There's no limit of what can happen to come.
What's your preference? What's your order of execution? Your order of execution, bottom to the top, what you see happening. You say on the show, when you say it, it's happened every time. So let's see if we can get this into motion.
So what am I manifesting? So, once I fight and beat Gabe, I want this guy named Ashley Raxu, who will be my number one contender. After Ashley Raxu, I'm going to go ahead and beat up Anderson Silva because he's going to look to avenge his son's loss. After Anderson Silva, I want to fight King Kitty's older brother, who says he wanted to fight me next. So I'm going to beat him up as I beat his brother. And then
just ass whooping brothers. You're just gonna ass whoop brothers.
You ass whoop brothers all freaking day,
Yeah.
and there's so much to come. You just never know what's gonna happen. I might be the next big pay-per-view star on Misfits. Who knows? But right now, I just gotta win. As long as I keep winning, I can't be denied.
Yes.
Absolutely. So okay, all those things are great, but let's take us back to the winning the championship. What was that night like for you?
Man, it was a lot of emotions built in because I worked so hard to get here. I worked my ass off to get where I'm at now, and I knew by winning this is going to put me in another category of respect. Not only respect, but the top guy at Misfits.
Yeah.
The top guy. Yeah, absolutely. And by doing that, like, okay, so you say you're emotional after it. People have been on you a little bit about talking, and some people don't like it. We love it, obviously. It's amazing. But what do you say? What do you feel about all the people that don't like you when you lift that belt over your head?
Oh man, I love it. Like I tell people, if you go to another country and they ain't booing you, they don't know you, little bro.
Yeah.
Simple as that. If the whole arena is booing me, that means they all know who the hell I am, because you just ain't gonna boo nobody you don't know.
No,
Right.
that's true. That's true.
And I get off on boos. I love being booed because I know eventually those boos gonna turn into tears eventually. Simple as that. We look at WWE. You gotta play off the crowd. You can't just come in here, hey, I want to be the Rock. I want to be, just don't know. You're going to have to start off somewhere. The Rock came in with Nation of Domination.
Yep.
Boo. He later became the fan favorite. No one knew the hell Triple H was when he came in as Hunter, I forgot his name, as the English looking guy, and then no one knew who he was, but later he got booed. So you gotta definitely put a character in there. You already know what to expect. I'm coming as Jake Paul Spartan partner. I had to build my name to get out of that stigma of the Jake Paul Spartan partner to now Anthony Taylor. I get booed everywhere I go. I love it. I applaud people that boo me. I say boo me, because the more you boo me, the more known I am around the world. And if I can't get booed, it's depressed. I thrive. I've been booed my whole life in MMA. Ever since coming from the Bay Area. They wasn't having big major shows up in Oakland, California. You would either have to go to AKA in San Jose and fight a home guy there. I was getting booed there. You had to fight up in Fresno, getting booed there. You had to go to Ireland, you get booed there. You had to go to London and all around the world. I was getting booed since day one. So this thing ain't nothing new coming in as the underdog.
So when is the next fight? When is your next fight?
The next fight's in February. don't know the date yet, but I'm fighting against Gabriel Silva, which is, I say again, Anderson Silva, your oldest son.
Oldest son. And so that'll be over across the pond, correct?
In Brazil, baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
in Brazil.
Okay.
And I hope they boo me.
Yeah, they will.
I hope they boo me.
Yeah.
I need them to boo me. Because, like I said, if they don't boo you, they don't know who the hell you are, Mark and Jesse. And that's the best feeling.
Yeah.
So how's the training going now? Okay, I know the fight's a little ways away, but how is the training going right now? Are you on a regular thing right now?
Well, right now I'm on a schedule. Right now I'm in camp. I want to be in camp in shape, ready to go.
Yeah.
That way I'm not having to get ready in camp. I don't want to have to learn new things while I'm in camp. I want to be ready. So, when I'm in camp, I'm ready to go. I can learn new things. Not, hey, you got to start getting ready while you're in camp. Then you can start learning new things 2 weeks out before you fight. No, I want to start learning new things now while I'm in shape.
Awesome. Absolutely. What would you say is your biggest step forward in boxing been?
I say my mental. Knowing, like, as an MMA fighter, you're so used to getting punched in MMA gloves, so you come forward. You're like, man, I don't care what you say. You ain't going to put me down. I think the mental game aspect of it, you realize every fight you get, your mentality starts to change. When you see these high-level fighters, when you're an average Joe and you see Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury, you tell yourself, what is their mentality going into this fight?
Yeah.
Are they nervous or what? And then, but when you're on the other pond of it, you're like, man, I'm ready to get it. I'm ready to go. Let's bang, let's do this. So a part of it more for me was more of my mental getting it right. Understanding what the hell you're doing in there. I have to go in that ring and say, hey, Anthony, this is glorified sparring with boxing gloves.
Pretty much, eh? It is, yeah.
Right, because if I go in there and I'm not aware of what's going on, I'm on autopilot. Who wants to be on autopilot? Not me. That's the whole thing.
Who's your main sparring partner at the body shop?
AJ McKee.
AJ McKee, yeah. And he's slick as shit. So
absolutely, 6 years old, 5'11", 6 feet.
Yeah,
I have to be on my P's and Q's. I have to be ready.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay, so the mental game was there. Walking in for the championship fight, did it feel like it must have felt different? It must have had, like, the pressure must have hit. But then you say booing. How does that not get in your head? How do you translate that negative energy that everyone's giving you?
That right there is tricky because a lot of people can take that. Like I said, I've been getting booed since 2016 when I fought James Gallagher on the biggest stage in Bellator. So I was used to getting booed, I was used to getting booed fighting Tommy Fury, Kristen, So going into that fight, I knew you got to play it to the crowd. Be the bad guy. The bad guys don't always lose.
Right.
They don't always lose.
Yeah. That's right. A lot of times they win.
I knew going into that fight with King Kenya, I had the mindset of Triple H. I'm going to have fun, joke around, let the crowd know, screw you and your peoples. I'm coming in to take this belt. I knew Kenny didn't have the mindset like I do. He doesn't know how to weather a storm. He doesn't know how to fight in the trenches. He's never had sparring partners like I have. He's never had to bang it out. He's never known what it feels to be homeless. He doesn't know what it feels to be a stripper, to fight, to make money. He doesn't know that side. His life was given to him. These YouTubers. I had to grind for it.
So true.
A lot of these, and I tell people, I train hard to make this shit look easy.
Well, yeah, that's the point of training. But you go, okay, so you walk in there. Do you say anything to him before that rattles him when you're standing there?
Yeah, I just smile, man. I just smile. Keep it Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
I give a prayer. Good luck, because you're going to need it. At the end of the day, I know what needs to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's win.
That's right. Absolutely. So after that happened, what did you do after that? Like, obviously you want to get right back in there, but a lot of guys might take their foot off the gas.
Oh, I'm hungry. I'm the champ. I want to keep that belt rotating. Next in line, next. After I win, next. Who's my number one contender? Next. I want to fight 5-6 times this year.
Yeah,
next.
fantastic.
I don't want to be that champion who's holding off.
Yeah, once a year. Yeah.
Yeah, once a year. I want to fight 6 times. Let's run it. Every 2 months, let's run it. Let's go.
Well, now you're actually making real cake.
Yeah.
We talked about that last time too. And again, like I think a lot of people, and we had a lot of people on, a lot of different opinions about what you're saying, like, you know, making people boo you, but really the outside of the ring or octagon time. You've done something. I mean, you're going to teach a course at the end of this thing because what you've done and built, and we all watched it build to a point where it actually gave you the shots. And so, yeah, I mean, there's the skill and all that stuff there. But would you say, what would you like? Would this have happened without you being you outside of the ring?
I mean, it's crazy how all this started. You know, like I said, I grew up watching WWE and the personas and stuff, and I was always a class clown in school as a kid growing up. So, of course, it was going to mold into me. You know, I'd take jokes from WWE going into middle school, doing all this stuff, to high school as a class clown, to reverting to MMA. I had to say it like this. You got to pick the character.
Yeah.
You're the good guy or the bad guy. Once you figure out what character you want to be, okay, you need to put out content. You need to put out good content, good quality video content. While you're doing that, you need to start having rivals. Who are the fighters you want to call out, that you want to fight? And when you do that, you got to be fighting in your local town. And after the win, you got to be calling out that certain fighter you want. Hey, the more you keep winning and the more you keep calling out that fighter, he's going to take notice.
Yeah.
He going to take notice. And you can't be denied because eventually you're going to get that fight. I got the fight with James Gallagher. I got the fight with Adam Bowerix. So, you know, a lot of these people, you got to manifest and stuff. Just because I'm saying manifest, you got to put it forth to the action.
Yeah.
You can't say, man, I want to be a doctor, and all of a sudden you walk out on your doorsteps, God gave you a degree right there in person. You don't know what the hell you're doing.
Yeah, no.
You got to go through that, my brother. People have to understand social media is important. This ain't the 90s and the 80s. These guys from the 90s, like Rampage and those guys, they had to adapt to social media.
Yeah.
They can't. It wasn't word of mouth where, hey, we're slapping on the flyer all over the bars.
Yeah.
Put it on the radio. Man, nah. You just, hey, Rampage fighting all over social media, Twitter. You got to be able to understand what's going on in modern society. Building content, creating a character, understand what are you doing with that character. I'm the fucking bad guy. I need to be playing that role of the bad guy. F your city. The only thing that's good about your city is your women and your food and your beer. I don't come here to mess and take autographs of no punk little kids. Screw you kids. I only want grown-ups. Hey, ladies, after the fight, I'm at room 225 at the Hilton. Come over if you want to have a good time. Leave your husband at home. Those are the stuff that people be like, yo, this dude is bold. Like, that gets people to be like, oh, he wild. He wild. And you gotta do what's different. There's no fighter who's saying that. There's no other fighter who's saying that at weigh-ins before. No. Every time I close my eyes, everybody's serious. I mean, you gotta be in character. I'm always in the Triple H mode every time. Character. Yeah, he's serious, but he also has them punchlines too with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, he does. That's great.
Can you fight out of Misfits? Can you fight out of Misfits or no?
I can, depending on it. When you're dealing with my contract, mine is more you have to talk to Mams, and that's saying, hey, if you want Anthony to fight on this promotion, you need to pay him what we're paying him or more, depending on who he's fighting.
Gotcha.
Match what we're paying him, because are you going to cover his fight for the year? Because if let's say Mark wants me to fight on this promotion to fight Jesse. Hey, I want you to fight Jesse, Anthony. Okay, gotta talk to Mams. Okay, Mams. And Mams is like, look.
Is Mams a female?
No, a male.
Okay, and it's Mams.
Mams Taylor. M-A-M-S.
I always see it online, and I always thought, is that Mama Taylor or Mams
That-
or how do you say
no,
it?
no. So man is a man. So when you're dealing with those type of contracts, you have to factor in, Mark. You want me fighting on promotion? You're taking away from my promotion from Misfits.
Yeah,
Okay, if it makes sense, we'll grant you the permission to fight on this promotion, but he better be paying you more than what we're giving you
gotcha.
to make it worth that for for him to take our star
Yeah.
from Misfits to a smaller promotion.
Can you possibly fight 5, 6 times a year on Misfits?
Yeah, I can.
Has
I
that been
have.
discussed? Has that been discussed?
Yeah, we've discussed it, but it was just briefly.
Yeah.
Just briefly. If I think what I need is that signature knockout.
Mm.
Getting that signature knockout on Misfits puts me in superstar status.
Yeah.
Because I'm winning, but it's not fashionable.
Well, I saw on Twitter today you were mentioning that you were talking Taylor and,
Yeah.
and that you were talking about the hugging during the fight.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I brought it up. I brought it up like what is that? Like was there something there in discussion about your last fight?
I think, yeah, of course. I mean, I think a lot of people would like to see a lot of people like the fact that I'm entertaining outside the boxing ring.
Sure.
Life of the party type of guy. He's the guy you want to hang out with at the bar. But when it comes in the ring, a lot of people don't approve of my fighting style.
Gotcha.
Clinch, bang it up, mix it up, then go back into clinch. A lot of people, and I think the higher ups in Misfits wants to see more of a
Of
boxing
course.
instead of clinching.
That comes from
I,
MMA though, right? The clinching part comes from MMA, right?
it comes from me being a grappler. If you're
Yeah.
in trouble, clinch up.
Yeah.
Tie up. It's not saying you can't do that in boxing. And it's funny because now that I'm this big dog, everybody wants to call me out.
Of course. Yeah.
And like for instance, a guy named Martin Ford, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, great, you're calling me out, but what does it do calling me out? If you wanted to fight me, Martin, work yourself in the Misfits, work yourself up to the number one contender. Get that chance to fight me. I can't look. I just fight for. I'm just told who I'm fighting, not who I want to fight.
Yeah.
I can say I want to fight Tyron Woodley all I want, but all of a sudden I got to fight Jake Paul. It doesn't work. It's not my promotion.
That's right.
As the champion, you might as well tell David Haney, "Oh, I want to fight Tank." No, your mandatory is Martin.
Yeah.
You have mandatories, so
Haney
he's so
looked good on, Haney looked good on the weekend though.
He did.
Yeah.
And this is what people need to get. Like, everybody's trying to clout chase on Misfits. It's not about just clout chasing.
Yeah.
It's about building a story behind who you are.
Correct.
Building a following. You want to get into Misfits? Go ahead, start building your social media up. You got to have some type of following. And if you have some type of following and you want to fight, go fight on the smaller circuits, the influencer shows.
Yeah.
Get 2 or 3 wins on there. Start tagging Misfits and Mams and small councils. They'll notice, oh, okay, we see this guy 3-0 on this little influencing boxing card. Hey, you want to fight 2 weeks notice? Sure. That's how you get yourself in.
You're right. Yeah.
And these people just thinking, oh, I'm this boxer, MMA, I want to fight you, bro. Like, I get it. I know you want to fight me, but it don't work like that, Martin.
No.
Look, you seem like a cool dude, but there's politics in his game.
They don't know the game though. They don't know it, right? They think that, they started a YouTube channel and they got this many subscribers, and then all of a sudden they think, oh, this is what
Right.
how I do things. That's not
Right.
how the fight
And
game.
Mark and Jesse,
Fight
this
game's
is,
fight game.
we're how the era is of it's not what you know, it's who the fuck you know.
Yeah.
You can just know one person you put in the scene. I was talking shit to Jake Paul on Twitter, and BJ Flores said, if you want to fight Jake Paul, come to Miami. I said, fuck that, let's do it. When? This Friday. Say no more. Book my flight to Miami, book my hotel, went and sparred him 4 or 5 rounds. Shit. Just know, gotta call back. Hey, pretty boy, we want you for the Tyron Woodley camp. 3 to 5 months, we're gonna pay you $2,500 a week. Opportunity. Do you want it? Yes or no? Say no more. They could have choose anybody else in the world, but they chose me.
Yeah.
Because I took that chance of never, anytime and place anywhere. I chose to talk my shit on Twitter, and I had to back it up. I backed my shit up. I got the opportunity to come into the camp. When I got into the camp with Jake Paul, he's like, yo, this motherfucker Anthony is funny. And he a cool ass dude. He know how to talk, fight. Hey man, I know I'm fighting Tyron Woodley, but this Tommy Fury dude's been talking shit. We want to give you the chance of fighting Tommy Fury.
Yeah.
And remember, Mark, I told you on my Twitter, if on my Twitter, if you go to my Twitter and you search it Tommy Fury, you'll see an old post way before I fought Tommy Fury. I said, hey Tommy Fury, stop fighting these weak bum ass fighters and fight me. Next, you know, Jake Paul giving me an opportunity to fight Tommy Fury on pay-per-view. Me and Tyron Woodley are the only MMA fighters, African American at that, to ever fight on Showtime pay-per-view.
Jeez.
You can't take that away from nobody. I made history.
Yeah.
I made history.
Yeah.
Personally, I was the first one because I fought before Tyron Woodley on the opening belt, you know, but I made history. In 1 year, I fought 9 pay-per-views in 1 year.
Yeah. You know what's weird though? You look so much better than that first Tommy Fury fight, and Tommy Fury doesn't look better since that Tommy Fury fight. So you look so much better since that fight, and he doesn't. So
Right.
so I don't think he would be searching for a rematch after watching kind of your progression. It's not beneficial for him. He'd be like, nah, that's not necessary because I don't need to go down that road because this guy took this fight on short notice and he didn't do bad against me. And you've improved so much and he has not.
Yeah, and it comes down to how bad do you want it? You know, so I tell people, it's like, you gotta, speaking of that, they're going Antonio right here. Yo, Antonio, what's up to Mark and Jesse? To Mark and the guys.
There he is.
What's up, my nigga?
What's up, player?
How you doing?
You already know.
Guest appearance.
That's right.
Guest appearance today.
It's always nice to see you guys. You look good, Mark.
YouTube, I thank you so much.
Keep up the good work, man. Call me back on.
All right, bro. All right.
So you know, all my credit goes to Antonio because a lot of people don't know the story. I met Antonio when I was an amateur in 2015. I was homeless, had nowhere to go. I said, hey, man, I want to be a fighter. He was like, well, shit, come on down. You can come live with me. Wow. I packed my stuff up from Oakland, moved in with Antonio. I had no money, no job. I found a job as a stripper. Don't judge me. But I started stripping, started doing Uber, turned pro, and pow. Rest is history.
Wow.
Even though I was down on my luck, I've always had a student mentality.
Yeah.
And that's what you need.
I like that. I like that.
Like you could be homeless and this and that, but as long as you have a student mentality and you're humble about it, anything can happen. And I told myself, I ain't gonna feel sorry for myself. For what? You put yourself in a position with the mistakes you decide to make. Yeah. You didn't have to make those decisions. You made those decisions on your own. So you're either gonna sit on your ass and complain about what you done and hoping someone's gonna fix it, or you're gonna get up and fix it your goddamn self. And that's what I did. I stopped blaming my issues with my mommy and my daddy.
Yeah.
I stopped blaming why I'm not good because, motherfucker, you ain't getting up every morning, brushing your teeth, making your bed, taking it. You ain't doing the consistent little things that's going to add up into the big things.
Right.
You ain't training. You ain't getting up thinking everybody's saying, I appreciate you. Because I tell people, you never know who's watching you. You don't know. Bellator told Antonio McKee, they said, when I was messing up, if Anthony Taylor, man, that guy can talk his ass off. If he knew how to fight like AJ, he'll be a megastar like Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Hey, it didn't pan out, but look, I'm in Memphis now. So, you know, I can fight and I can talk my ass off. Look, I'm more popular than Conor McGregor right now. I wouldn't say all that, but, you know, right now.
Flip it back.
Give me one second. I'm doing that right now.
You're sideways. Come on, man. Keep it together over there.
I got you. There we go.
Okay, tell us who the most overrated fighter is.
And as far as misfits?
Sure. Go there and then your big one.
I'd say Slim is the most overrated.
I agree.
But as far as the big fish,
KSI?
and KSI puts in work. He puts in work.
Yeah, he does. He does.
I can't deny that he works his ass off. I go Anderson Gibb.
All right.
Anderson Gibb. These guys, they feel like they're spoon fed to, I deserve $1 million to fight. No, you don't. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
What's the worst city in America?
Man. New Orleans was pretty bad. New Orleans was pretty bad.
Best band ever made.
The best band?
Ever.
If we had to say, that's all right. Let me see. If we had to say that,
come on, bro, you got to be like this on the Me and Jesse podcast. Come on, man, be ready. Did you sleep enough before the show today?
I did. But,
okay, come on now. Where you at? Let's go.
All right, when we saying the best band ever made, we could say Jackson 5.
Wow.
No. You know what? Temptations.
Wow. What old school?
Yeah, I'm an old school guy.
Yeah. That's it. What's your in warm up songs?
Oh, I listen to a lot of R&B. Brian McKnight, Joe, Keith Sweat.
Wow.
Tyrese. I don't listen to hip hop. Hip hop, man, it's crazy nowadays. Like the hip hop generation is either you're a devil worshiper or you're a gang member.
Yeah, Playboy Cardi is straight up Satanist.
You can't be neither or. You gotta be one or other.
Yeah.
Or both.
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it?
No.
It's crazy how all these kids here, and I look at it like y'all do all this shit talking, but none of y'all can fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell them this.
No MMA though. No MMA though. No more MMA.
Nah.
It's not for you.
I mean, look, you have to entice me, my brother.
Yeah.
Because when I'm getting paid for boxing, they ain't gonna want to. MMA. No. I get paid. Just say this. I get paid just as the top 10 UFC fighters. Just know that.
Jeez.
I'm getting paid just as much as the top 10 UFC fighter in UFC right now.
How's that going to change?
Yeah.
How it changes, and I told people last time, you got to build your brand.
Yeah.
Your social media.
Separately.
Look at Sean Strickland.
Yeah.
He built a character.
Yeah.
Look at Kobe Covington.
Yeah.
He built a character. Look at Hamza Chimaev. He built a character. Sean O'Malley built a character.
True.
When you get guys,
you just named the whole. You named everybody on the roster that only people watch now. Everybody doesn't care about the rest.
Right. Look at Neil Magny. He's been fighting for 10 years and over 10 years in the UFC, making 40 and 40. It's like, bro, wait, time out, chill. Why are you making 40 and 40 in the UFC?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Like, why is Kevin Holland came in his first year making over what you make?
Yeah.
So
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So it is about. I mean, it is entertainment. We know it's sports entertainment. It's combat sports, but the entertainment side is a legit factor. But it is. I mean, people are freaking out now, and especially guys that can't talk. How do they make money?
I mean, you gotta find out a niche. Hire somebody to do your social media. Hire people who does your Twitter.
Do you do all your own?
I do all my own.
Really?
Well, you gotta think about this. When we look at the NFL, there's only a certain people who freaking stands out in the NFL. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Odell Beckham.
Odell
Beckham. We have Gronk. We got Travis Kelce. We had Richard Sherman. We also had
Marshawn
Kittle, Marshawn Lynch. Those certain P.O. Those certain
you can only name 10 people. Isn't that crazy? Like you think you can name 100. There's not. You can name 10. There's 10.
Those certain people stands out the most.
Still.
Ocho Cinco.
Ocho Cinco, yeah.
OJ, you know what I'm saying? Those people stands out the most, they get paid the most.
Yeah.
You want to be that head dog? You better bring on responsibility. Better start learning how to do content or hire somebody to do your content.
Yeah.
Jeez, man, it is. And again, I'm big on that. I think it is a massive part of sports now, or should be anyway. And because this is how people consume things. How are we ever going to expect people to like keep watching if we're not feeding them the rest of the time? Because there's so many things to distract us now.
Right.
We have to have something out there, and we need the heel, like you.
Yeah, everybody needs a heel. You can't watch cartoons of superhero without a super villain. Like,
right.
If that's the case, what the hell is super villain?
And you know what's funny? Doesn't it seem like the villain has a longer longevity than the hero? It seems like the villain is like, and like you said, the villain can turn in the story, meaning like the villain could be the villain, and then all of a sudden something changes that one day, and then all of a sudden everybody goes towards the villain and says, no, we like him now. And then everybody just jumps on that bandwagon. And it happens all the time. We've seen it since the beginning of history.
Is the most important character
I totally agree.
Superheroes. Without the villain, what the hell is superhero doing? Just what's Superman doing?
Flying around, yeah.
Flying around, picking up trash. Oh, he's littering. Like, bro, chill. He just dropped a piece of gum. Picking up. What are you doing? Picking up trash? You're like, no, you need the bad guy. What makes Superman Superman? He fights the hard supervillains. He's like, this is what makes, and somebody needs to play the role.
You're right. You're 100% right.
And I tell people, and the people don't listen to me, Mark and Jesse, I say, be the villain. Oh, no,
That's not me. That's not me. That's what they say. Yeah.
But it comes back to what you said before about the mental thing, because I don't think everyone can handle that.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, look at Sean and Kobe. They get all this press. Oh, you're bad. But look at them. They're one of the highest paid guys in there.
Yeah.
Look at Izzy. Izzy's kind of like in the middle. He's not bad, but he's not good.
That's right. You don't know. Yeah.
If we had to make Izzy's like, so we have The Rock, and we have as the heel, as the good guy. We have Triple H as the heel. You know who's the middle? Izzy.
Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
I'm not bad. I'm not good. I'm just a son of a bitch, and I'm here to kick ass.
Yeah.
That's right.
Exactly.
And you can do that. You need that too.
Yeah, you need that too. And there's only certain fighters who are like that. And that's Izzy. Izzy. Who else we got? That's the only guy.
Anthony, when I owned the MFC, I picked the bad guy character. And I made an MMA organization from a small town in Edmonton to the second biggest in the world at one point for the sole purpose of I picked a character. I was going along, and then all of a sudden I said, you know what, man, I'm just pissed off all the time. I'm pissed off. I'm mad. And then I was like, that's not an act. That's a real thing. But then I changed it into screw this person. Go fuck yourself over there. I don't give a shit what you're saying anymore. It's my way or the highway. I'd go on an interview. They'd ask me a question about world hunger, and I'd talk about the MFC. They'd ask me a question about what color the sky was, and I'd talk about the MFC. They'd ask me about, what did you think about this? I don't give a shit. They say Dana White's name, I'd hang up the phone. My media guy would say, do not say his name on the podcast when I'm on the podcast, because I won't allow it anymore. That I turned into a raving lunatic for 16 years. And let me tell you something, I miss it every day. Every day.
There you go. Somebody has to be the Oscar Proud selling the Proud snacks. Yeah. And we knew how the Proud snacks turned out. Those are nasty as shit. I'm telling y'all, remember that episode of the Proud snacks? Look, man, these people, they don't understand. I'm 34. Why am I older than you guys? More hip than you guys, understanding the game.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Absolutely.
You know, man, it's starting to hurt me hard, because people are like, oh, you're an old man. I'm like, woo.
34,
not that long ago, I was telling people, oh, you're old. It's time to hang it up. Now I'm 34, fighting. I'm sitting like R. Kelly. I'm here fighting for my life. With this shit. You know? Like, man, they calling me old. I'm like, oh, man, the coldest thing they say, go home and start a family.
Yeah. Because that's going to happen sooner or later, one of these days.
Yeah. I'm actually going to, I can tell you guys, because it's going to be good. When are you guys going to release this?
right away. It's on right now.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I can't really say. Well, I'm planning on proposing to my girlfriend on our anniversary on the 17th.
Oh, wow. Okay, we won't let her watch this then.
Yeah, no, she don't know I'm doing an interview, but we're good.
On the 17th of this month.
Yeah, look, man, you gotta put on the show. Yeah, I'm the heel, but I love the women. It's like Triple H mixing it with Rick Rude and Val Venus and a little.
That's right.
Ric Flair. A smooth talker, kick ass, but got all the ladies. The ladies, they love me. They can't keep their hands off me when I go out the country. Because I'm so flashy and fly. They love that stuff.
It's the chicklets, bro. It's your chicklets.
Man.
It's your chicklets, man.
Without the women, none of this should be possible. Whoever says they don't do it for the women, they all do it for the women. They lie if they say they doing it for the women.
That's right.
We're all doing it for women. We're doing it for to get that coochie. That's what we're doing it for.
Well, Anthony, thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations on the championship. Fighting in February. We'll look forward to seeing that date again.
In Brazil.
Yes. In Brazil.
And then I'm going to call out Anderson Silva once I beat his son out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'll be easy. Yep.
Yes. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Thanks,
all right,
buddy.
man. We'll talk later.
Anytime, brother. All right.
Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor.
There he is. Thanks so much, man.
Champ. Yep.
Yeah, look forward to that in February. And geez, if we can smack around Anderson's son in front of him and then say, Anderson, I want to beat you up too.
How easy is that, Jesse? How easy is that?
Oh,
you smack around his son and then go call out his dad.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's funny how Anthony sees weird shit like this all the time. He's like, he takes the fight with him, but he's not even thinking about the fight with him. He's thinking, I'm going to smack him out, then I'm going to call his dad out.
Yeah.
Be Anderson Silva. And then if you beat Anderson Silva in boxing, then the sky's the limit. You know what I mean? So this is the trajectory that he's on right now.
Absolutely, it is. Well, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Thanks, Anthony, for joining us. Hey, don't forget, check out crystalglass.ca for all your glass needs, commercial, residential, windshields. Head on over there. Been in business for 70 plus years.
Yes. And don't forget, everybody, check out Backscape. Go to backscape.com. Specials on now. Jesse, can people order right now and get their orders before Christmas?
Yep. You got a few more days. I think the 15th is the cutoff there.
And it's a cool gift, everybody, for that man in your life.
Yeah. Make him smooth this year.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Mark, hopefully your team can put up more than 3 points next time they're out.
Well, they're playing on Thursday.
Or zero, actually. More than 0 points, actually.
Yeah, probably.
There's only up from here. That's Mark Pavlich. I'm Jesse Martineau. This has been the Me and Jesse podcast. We'll see you next time, everybody.
Thanks for watching the Me and Jesse podcast. Follow us at facebook.com/Me and Jesse.